This week on the Attraction Show, we take a look at construction for a new dueling water slide in Orlando.
And then we take you to the Walt Disney Archives exhibit in California.
Plus the latest theme park news and more, starting now.
The Attraction Show is brought to you by Mousefan Travel, our recommended travel agent, Undercover Tourist, our recommended ticket supplier, and Give Kids the World Village, our favorite charity. Let them know you saw them on Attractions Magazine.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the show. I'm Banks.
Still not Jessie,
Still not Jessie.
Okay, well, I'm Quinn.
Jessie is still out sick. We do hope that she is recovering. Her voice is gone, so she's wanted to take one more week off. So rest up, Jessie. We'll hopefully see you next week. But speaking of sick, there's this whole thing going around the world right now.
Yeah, the COVID-19.
COVID-19, or the coronavirus, as they're calling it as well. We want you all to stay safe. No matter where you're watching us from around the world, make sure you're washing your hands. I mean, that should be given anyway. You should be washing your hands.
Definitely, yeah.
But, stay safe.
Yeah, I know in the parks, at least around here in Orlando, they've had hand sanitizer stations popping up at every entrance and exit of every ride. And restaurant and everywhere.
And speaking of parks, especially ones across the Pacific, they've started to kind of limit openings for some of the dining and shopping at Disney Town ex Shanghai. The park's still closed, but at least some of the Disney Town stuff's opening.
Yeah, and I believe Universal, I almost said Hollywood, Japan is going to be opening this weekend.
Yeah, they're opening a little earlier than they're scheduled, but at the same time, Tokyo Disney is extending their closure past March 16th. So parks are just kind of taking it a day at a time. I'm sure, when they're ready, they'll open up when things are nice and safe.
Yeah, hopefully pretty soon we get things. I mean, I know it's not going to just go away, but we get things a little bit more under control. We, everyone's being clean.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And Tokyo even had to delay the opening of their Beauty and the Beast expansion too because of this. So that's not going to open up in April. We'll see. We'll report all the news. But speaking of attraction openings, back here stateside, we do have a new ride that is coming to Aquatica Orlando called Riptide Race. I went out there recently to take a look at the construction, so let's see it.
So welcome to Aquatica Orlando. We're happy to talk about our newest attraction. We're very excited, Riptide Race. As you see behind me, this is an exciting new family thrill attraction that kids and adults alike can enjoy with a 42-inch height requirement, very accessible attraction. You'll be on a traditional double tube ride vehicle, and the unique feature about this ride is the racing element. So as you see behind me, it's our second tallest tower in the park at 68 feet. This is going to be a very exciting attraction just from that standpoint alone. It has two slides that are nearly 650 feet in length. And as you start out at the top of the attraction, you have some open air sections of slide that transition to fully enclosed sections of slide. And then you get to the unique signature element. These lime green sections that you see behind me are what's going to make this such a fun, exciting racing experience. And the reason is for that is there's a single divider that opens up as two rafts travel into that section of slide at the same time. You can look across and see the people that you're racing. But we're just really add to that thrill and sense of competitive nature that it's in all of us, and it'll make this ride unique and a lot of fun. This is a first of its kind in Florida and certainly for Aquatica Orlando. So we're very
Just after their first national tour and debut album, they're taking over Disney's Typhoon Lagoon this April for the De Capella Beach Bash. The a cappella group will perform Disney tunes for guests daily at 2:30 p.m. from April 9th through the 12th.
I honestly had no idea De Capella was still a thing.
I did not either.
I knew they debuted like a few years ago, but I didn't know they were still performing.
I don't even think it was... I feel like it was recently, but not like super recently. I don't know. They exist. I haven't heard them.
They do exist. A cappella groups still exist. But, it's news to me, but it's nice to see Typhoon Lagoon is getting some, special events, people to get to the water parks.
Yeah, I think the last time they had one was they had the nighttime thing with Rex.
Yeah, the H2O Glow.
And then they had, I remember a long time ago, they had the Teen Beach movie.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah, so Typhoon Lagoon seems to be a great place to party and do some special events. Mm-hmm. Now, starting on March 20th, guests visiting the Disney parks will get an early preview of Disney's live-action Mulan. Sneak peeks of the new film will be shown in the Tomorrowland Theater at Disneyland, in Walt Disney Presents at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and aboard the Disney Cruise Line during select sailings in March. And they just had their premiere for the movie, and I've been hearing some good things about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm seeing it later this month. I don't really know much about it other than it's a little bit of a different story and live action.
I think that's one of the things that I'm really more drawn to this live action remake than the other ones, is this one seems to be a huge departure from the animated version.
True.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what... because I know it's still supposed to stick closer to the original story.
Right.
So I don't know what the original story is. All I know is the Disney version.
You can learn new things. Exactly.
Crayola Experience has begun its search for kids to fill the position of Kid Chief Experience Officer of the Day at each of its 5 locations across the country. Applications will be accepted through April 12th, and 5 kids will be chosen to spend the day giving feedback and sharing their expert recommendations on new and existing attractions, activities, and products. Search Crayola Experience on our website to learn how to apply.
I need to look into this and see what the age range is, because Spencer would be perfect for this. She loves coloring and doing all that sort of stuff, so maybe she could be quite the expert for the Orlando location.
I haven't been back in a while. I need to go back.
Same. I know they have really good deals on annual passes. Like, I don't know what it is currently, but it used to be like $25-$30 for an annual pass, so I definitely want to go back with the kids, and I think this would be a great thing to maybe apply Spencer to.
For sure.
Now, Raglan Road's annual Mighty St. Patrick's Festival will make its return to Disney Springs this weekend, offering Irish-infused entertainment all day and night, a selection of beers and cocktails, and authentic Irish food from March 13th through the 17th. Check our Instagram and Twitter accounts for a preview. And I've covered previews of this, but I've never actually gone out to experience the
No, me neither.
festival.
I'm turning 21 on the 23rd, and I'm just missing the legal drinking age on St. Patrick's Day.
We'll send you out next year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So for more details on all the news in the queue this week, along with everything else going on in the theme park world, head to attractionsmagazine.com.
Hi, I'm Cammie, and I want to tell you about one of the most amazing places in the world, Give Kids the World Village. It's a magical place where kids with critical illnesses come from all over the world for one amazing week. They get to visit Central Florida's coolest theme parks, celebrate at nightly parties, and enjoy delicious meals. And it doesn't cost them a thing. To learn more about how this magical place works and how you can help, visit givekidstheworld.org.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Walt Disney Archives, and to celebrate, a temporary exhibition exploring the history of those archives has opened at the Bowers Museum in California.
Let's head on over to California to check it out.
Please welcome to the official grand opening of Inside the Walt Disney Archives, Preserving the Magic.
The amount of items that Walt Disney Archives has, where do you even start? Because this doesn't really have a theme as much as it's Disney. Disney is the theme, which is a lot.
We cover all aspects of Disney history, so it's not just Disney, it's now 21st century, which is formerly Fox. We also have Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar, ABC, every part of Disney is covered by the Walt Disney Archives. And this exhibit is just basically exists to explain what we are and what we do. Mm-hmm. So the assets that are here are normally stored in various places. We have multiple warehouse spaces. We have costumes in one area and big set pieces, oversized things, ride vehicles, things like this. Behind me, we have actual cars. We have picture cars and picture vehicles, but we also have real ride vehicles and real cars from films and things. So we have areas where we store big things, we have areas where we store fabric things, we have areas where we store art, and they're high, top secret.
And so when it comes time to put something like this together, where do you start as far as like ideas for pulling certain items?
Well, everything at Disney starts with storytelling, whether it's a book or a movie or a theme park attraction. So you start with what story you want to tell. And the idea of this exhibit is we wanted to explain what the archives is. So first we had to explain what an archives was, then what the Disney Archives is, and then we wanted to share all the different parts of the archives. So the way we've set up this exhibit, we have an intro and we talk about how Dave Smith founded the archives in 1970. One man, and now we're 30, which is great. But it's wonderful because we take you through the reading room of the archives, which is where all the research happens, and the back room where we do all of our conservation and preservation, things like that, and show some of our older jewels and treasures. And then we go into our collections, and we have a lot of dimensional collections. They're from the parks, they're from films, they're from television. And so we have a big gallery that shows the kind of dimensional collections that we have. And then, of course, we have new things coming in every day. So we have an area where we show all of our newest assets. And as the exhibit travels, we'll be changing out things. So if we move on to a new venue and a new film comes out and we get new assets, we'll share some of those with the public that way. But we also then have programs of the archives. We do a lot of work with D23, the official Disney fan club. But we also host, we're in charge of the Disney Legends program, which is a really special program where we honor the people in the company that have contributed so much and give them this very prestigious, it's the highest honor that the Disney company can bestow. And so we give it to our very special people that work for us and with us. And so to kind of share that, we have a little gallery in here that's all about our programs and about the Disney Legends program specifically. So a copy of the award is here, and a recreation of the Legends Plaza that's at the studio. So what we wanted to do is highlight all the different things that we do, which is mostly research collections, exhibitions, and programs. And give everybody just kind of a taste of what the archives is all about.
Very cool. And it's in Southern California right now, very close to Disneyland, but we'll be touring the country.
Yes, this is new for us. We've done exhibits that have moved around. We've loaned items to places all over the world, but this is a new program specifically building or developing exhibits that are meant to travel. And so we're working with different venues around the country to take this exhibit specifically. We'll be moving on to a second venue soon. We'll announce that when we have all the negotiations done.
So how long do we have here at the Bowers Museum to see
this exhibit will be open until August.
Okay, very cool. And this final question, it's a tough one. Do you have a favorite item? It's impossible, right? I know, it's impossible.
I do. I have to say, here in the exhibit, I have two different things I always talk about. In the reading room, or the back room gallery, there are 3 books, the prop books from some of our favorite fairy tales. So Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Cinderella. I think those are absolutely one of my favorite things in the archives. They're just so beautiful. And as a child, of course, as a little girl growing up locally, I adored the princess movies. And so that's one of my favorite things because they're very have beautiful art in them as well. But the other thing, of course, is the snow globe from Mary Poppins, which we have in the research gallery.
Very cool.
And the reading room gallery. And it's special to me because Mary Poppins was the first movie I ever saw as a child and loved it. And it always stayed with me. And that little object just kind of encapsulates the whole film. It tells the story, that's what the movie is about. Feed the birds, take care of those who need caring. And that little snow globe tells all of that in one little piece. And to me, that's very, very special.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. This is epic.
Thank you so much.
MEI has a philosophy to really want to understand their clients, to understand truly what their needs are and what they're looking for.
We have a level of service that is top-notch, and we really want to do everything we can to make sure you have the best vacation possible.
MEI and MouseFan Travel is your expert source for no-fee travel planning. Visit MEI-travel.com for a no-obligation quote today.
Skip the lines with Undercover Tourist's crowd calendars, touring plans, and mobile apps. Stop paying full price for your family vacation and visit Undercover Tourist today.
Wanting to visit Walt Disney World to check out Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? You can save up to $90 on tickets with Undercover Tourist. To learn more, visit undercovertourist.com.
Florida residents can save up to 30% on rooms at a Disney Resort hotel this spring with MouseFan Travel. To learn more about this offer and receive a free quote with no obligation, visit masterfantravel.com.
Give Kids the World Village is a nonprofit resort that provides week-long, cost-free vacations to children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. To learn more about how to get involved, visit gktw.org. All right, so we got to experience Undercover Tour's Family Fun Fest VIP party last Friday. It was both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, park buyout from 8 to midnight. Had such a fun time getting to walk around. Little to no wait, except for Hagrid's. It still had about a 45-minute wait, but you know, it is what it is. Coolest thing, though, aside from the free food and drinks.
Yeah, the free food's pretty cool.
Yeah, free food is amazing. I had like so many pieces of pizza, and I had like 5 hot butter beers, because it was a chilly night. Perfect for that. Pterodon Flyers. They let everyone ride it without a kid. And since I didn't have my kids, I got to ride it finally.
Could you not ride it with Spencer?
I could, but I don't have a pass for her.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So that was interesting because it is a kid's ride, but you know, you hit some of those curves, you're swinging up like 90 degrees sideways. It can get a little scary.
Yeah.
Have you been on it before?
Yeah, been a while. I think I was tall enough to be going on, but thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you'll tune in again next week.
Don't forget to subscribe to our magazine, check out our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Until next time, have fun.